Howdy! Some weather update, earthquake watch, and a surprising discovery. But let's start out with the weather and the water. Because people in this area should be warned there could be really, really bad weather coming in the next few days. We are watching at the wind on surface elevation. And this is just now the wind. Let's go back to the beginning and put some other thing here, rain and thunder, for example. So we had strong winds already, and with those strong winds are also coming rainfalls and these kind of things. We might expect also thunderstorms. And I'm talking about this region in particular. We have a snowmageddon in Finland. It was snowing. Funny how they can be surprised every time when it's snowing here. Especially the people who drive cars. If we stop just here, we can see that there is some downpour happening. Maybe rain, maybe snow. To some amount. And I was watching Windy now for quite a few times and noticed a few things. And I was wondering, is there any reason why there is rain exactly in this area? There's another area here, which is really interesting. There are many areas, but let's talk about this one in particular. For those who don't know, this is Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, Holland, France, Switzerland, and Austria, Poland, Central Europe. And here we have the River Rhine going like that. Earthquakes. We have the River Rhine going like that. And we have also volcanoes here. Lachersee, Koblenz, where we had, was it last year, 2 years ago, this big flood event. This is one. And if we change it around, we notice that there are others as well. Probably extinct. East Eiffel volcanic field, probably extinct. And this is dormant. Whatever the difference is between those two, I still don't know. Probably extinct. Broderberg. Siebengebirge. There you find many dragons. Many castles with dragons. Now we probably have to switch back to this. So now, I was searching something, and here is this really big mining operation in the proximity of those volcanoes. Furthermore, we have quakes near Fulda, Hofbieber, Hessen. 9.8 kilometers in depth, or 1 kilometer. No, 1 kilometer in depth, so it's quite at the surface, I would say. Really shallow. Frielendorf, 1 kilometer. So, probably you can already see it. Probably not because you don't have any idea what we are looking at. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess it's this one. Christenberg, Wetter, Kölbe. Yeah, check this out. This is Leibniz Institute Research Methods, Large Scale Earth ERT. Direct current resistivity measurements can often provide significant contributions in the investigation of geological structures. In order to reach large penetration depths, e.g., for imaging fault zones, we carry out large-scale dipole-dipole experiments with a strong current source and self-developed data loggers. High current source in action. Large-scale resistivity investigations have been a unique feature of the Institute by tradition. Since the 1970s, lots of Schlumberger soundings with half spread up to 5 kilometers have been measured for different geological problems. Alternatively, one can carry out large-scale dipole-dipole experiments in order to obtain 2D, 3D images of the surface resistivity, subsurface resistivity. Both current injection and potential measurements are done with dipoles of limited strength, limited length, but large distances. For current injection, we use a self-developed high current source that can, with a maximum power of 40 kilovolts ampere, probably, and maximum voltage of 1500 volt, drive up to 50 amperes current into the ground so that the signals can be detected in large distances and thus penetration depths. So I won't bore you with that. Kinzigtal, here are some of those surveys. And that's always a name of a region. Cuxhaven, Bremerhaven, Buried Valley. Kinzigtal, Vogelsberg Volcano. I thought, what? Vogelsberg Volcano? I haven't heard about it. Vogelsberg is the only shield volcano and at the same time the biggest volcanic dome in Europe. Aim of the campaign in 2008 was to map a possible endogenous lava dome at the boundary of the caldera. 21 receiver stations with 2 to 3 measuring directions were used along with 13 current stations with each two directions and currents of up to 30 amperes. For the first time, a present scientific borehole, 300 meters deep, could be used for current injections. Results showed valuable insight into the different volcanic events. Until now, I didn't came more far than this, but Vogelsberg is the only shield volcano and at the same time the biggest volcanic dome in Europe. Vogelsberg is a large volcanic mountain range in the German central uplands in the state of Hesse, separated from the Rhön Mountains by the Fulda River Valley. Emerging approximately 19 million years ago, the Vogelsberg is Central Europe's largest basalt formation, consisting of a multitude of layers that descend from their peak in ring-shaped terraces to the base. One thing what I found really striking and really interesting is all the water veins. And there are many of them, are emerging from this mountain. So is there any possibility that water is involved in volcanic activity? We have many glaciers growing in or on top of volcanoes. Mount St. Helens is a cryptodome volcano. And there aren't that many cryptodomes known, obviously. And for example, here on this map, you can see here on the left, I just noticed, Bad Nauheim, which indicates there is some geothermal activity, mineral water at least. And Fulda is here on the right. So here is Fulda, and that's obviously the Vogelsberg, which is Bird Mountain. And right beside it, we had this quake, 1 kilometer in depth. And now, if we zoom out a bit, we don't have to even too much. Here are the known volcanoes, dormant or probably extinct. And here is this other one. This is really interesting. Somewhere here it must be Schotten. Kaiserstein. Yes, we are. That's the volcano. According to what I just found out yesterday. Really interesting. Largest basalt currents in Middle Europe or whatever it was. But something special anyway. I didn't knew that. Really interesting. And once I tried to make a video about basalt. Yeah, actually, wait a second. Almost I forgot to show you this. Yeah, actually, that's also interesting. Helios Clinic. Helios is Kronos is Saturn. But anyway, that thing. Check it out. If this doesn't look like a cone, something very volcanic in origin. Let's try if there's a possibility to figure out how high this thing is. 660 meters here, 550. It's almost 100 meters high. Or this is more than 100 meters. Really interesting, the height. That's really interesting. I didn't expect it to be so much elevated from the surroundings, but it obviously is. I'll leave it here. Thanks. Bye.